Welcome to the House of Cush, where the evolved hustlers come to learn more about astrology, rootwork, conjure, tarot, and culture. Today we are tapping into the Cush Almanac for Monday, June the 29th, 2026. And we're going to do a collective reading for today as well. Now, today we are here for one of the most pivotal astrological days of the year, guys. The sky is not asking you to hustle harder. It's simply asking you to measure what your efforts have actually produced. Okay? Now, that simply means that this powerful full moon in Capricorn has culminates months of your work, exposing what is sustainable and what has only been held together by hope or momentum. Now, at the same time, you guys got Mercury stationing retrograde in Cancer today, shifting attention towards unfinished businesses, legacy decisions, and emotional intelligence in leadership. Now, the dominant atmosphere today is shaped by accountability, emotional maturity, things like leadership under pressure, institutional thinking, long-term wealth building, as well as strategic recalibration. So today you will find yourself asking, are you building a business or simply staying busy? As you're doing busy work. Now, let's get into this full moon in Capricorn because this is the emotional engine behind today. Capricorn governs things like mastery, legacy, systems, things like reputation, measurable achievements, and executive responsibility. Now, full moons are going to illuminate results. So, whatever began around the new moon about 2 weeks ago, or even goals you've been cultivating for months, now it's going to reach a point of evaluation, culmination, or simply release. Okay, now we know this is going to be excellent for you reviewing your quarterly goals, measuring your ROIs, performance audits, refining pricing, and evaluating business systems. Things like strategic planning are going to be good for today, and completing major projects. Now, shadow expressions may include being too deep off into perfectionism, overworking yourself, harsh self-judgment, equating productivity with worth, and fear of slowing down. Now, founders, y'all, don't continue to confuse exhaustion with excellence. And traders, don't confuse one day's outcome with your overall edge. Now, let's talk about this Mercury stationing retrograde in Cancer. Now, this is going to be a big deal. And to know it is to know that this is the beginning of a period of review that lasts into late July. We're going to find things around home, security, emotional patterns, client relationships, family businesses, and past decisions come back into focus. All right? Don't look at this like a punishment. It's an invitation to improve what already exists. So again, this is excellent for refining your offers, editing your content, financial reconciliation, organizing your records, and reconnecting with former clients. You guys might be thinking about updating your SOPs and again, reviewing those contracts. So instead of saying, I need something new, you're going to ask, what unfinished opportunity already belongs to me? Now, I see here we got some very interesting energy for my day traders. Now, the market energy for you guys, psychology-wise, is going to favor discipline over excitement. Mercury station can produce headline-driven volatility, rapid sentiment shifts, rumor-driven movement, and overreaction to news. So that Capricorn full moon emphasizes profit protection, discipline exits, reviewing trade journals, and sticking to proven setups. The best approaches for day traders today is to scale into confirmation, protect your gains, trade your plan, and avoid revenge trading. Now, today's hidden edge is your greatest trade may be the one you choose not to actually take. So let's get into the CEO and founder forecast for today. This is all about executive accountability. The questions we are leaning into today is, which offer consistently performs? Where is cash flow leaking? Which systems depend too much on you alone? I'm not going to edit that out. What should be delegated? What metrics actually matter? All right. Now, Capricorn rewards leaders who build durable organizations, not personalities. Leadership today looks like making difficult decisions calmly, strengthening operations, investing in infrastructure, and finally choosing longevity over applause. Now, collectively, people are seeking certainty. We're still on that. And this full moon does amplify it. We see a more like bigger focus on comparison. People, it can amplify emotional fatigue, fear of failure, and imposter syndrome. Mercury retrograde is adding nostalgia, revisiting old conversations, and reconsidering priorities. For my business owners, your audience is less interested in perfection today than in credibility and consistency. All right. Now, evolved hustlers, spiritually, the forecast is letting you guys know that stewardship is still a spiritual practice. Your manifestation doesn't end when the opportunity arrives. It continues through accountability, maintenance, discipline, and wise management. For the past few days, the universe has been asking you, can you sustain what you've already attracted? Can you release what no longer serves your purpose? And can you lead with integrity when no one is watching? Today's energy is excellent for business audits, strategic planning, financial reconciliation, refining long-term goals, completing unfinished project, maybe even leadership meetings as well. Did I say that already, y'all? But I want y'all to avoid impulsive launches today, okay? Emotional spending, reacting to rumors, revenge trading, overcommitting, we've been on that, making decisions from pride, and signing contracts without reviewing them. Now, the lunar and key aspects of today, with this moon in Capricorn, we are focusing for more of a long-term commitment and leaning more into being able to be more precise, focus on measurable progress and responsibility. So those key contacts that build that are going to be from the moon conjuncts Jupiter, the moon conjuncts Uranus, and the moon square Neptune, as well as the sun opposite the full moon today. So these aspects, I encourage things like adjustment, flexibility, and reality testing before you make the major commitment, right? You're still in that space. Now, today is a moon day ruled by Monday, and Monday governs intuition, family, foundations, emotional awareness, and inner guidance. Because the moon is in Capricorn, today's moon day becomes unusually practical, y'all. The best uses, what do we say? Now, spiritual woo-woo, we got ancestor work at the top of the menu. Home and business foundation, restructuring, financial planning. So your most useful planetary hours are going to be Mercury for editing, planning, and communication review, and Saturn hours for budgeting, structure, and discipline. And then finally, you have Sun hours for leadership and visibility after some careful preparation. All right. Now, this full moon represents three things, y'all: culmination, revelation, and release. Now, you may find yourself releasing ineffective systems or acknowledging hard-earned progress, or simply just celebrating your completed work. Nothing's wrong with it. This is not ideal for planting brand new long-term initiatives without reflection. Now, the best time for you to push is after you review your plans and during those Saturn or Sun hours. It's also a good time to push once your priorities are clearly defined. A good time for you to sell is during, you want to use your existing offers, right? The proven services, follow up conversations with returning clients. Now, the best time for y'all to cleanse is going to be during the evening hours and after the full moon peak. I want you guys to focus on releasing your burnout, clearing any clutter, and closing old business cycles. The best time for you to rest is after making major decisions. Now, today rewards thoughtful pauses. The best time for you to confront is only when facts are organized, and avoid emotionally charged conversations today. Okay, the full moon is favoring things like gratitude and completion, again, release, and committing to higher standards. Now, let's talk about these botanical allies. Go grab y'all notebooks, all right? We've got Comb Free for safe travels, but also associated with strengthening foundations, repairing what's been strained, and long-term resilience. We've got Bay Laurel for success, achievement, recognition, and strategic vision. We've got some oldies but goodies here, y'all. I got Oak for stability and endurance and all of that leadership talk. This is good for leadership rooted in wisdom. We've also got Cedar for promoting protection. Again, grounded leadership in establishing strong spiritual and practical boundaries. Now, a favorite that you guys hear about often is hyssop. This is good for spiritual cleansing and releasing guilt or doubt, maybe even moving some stagnant energy out of the way before you begin this new cycle. All right. Now, what are your power moves for today? You're going to protect your profits before you chase new ones. All right. You're going to let results, not emotions, guide today's decisions. Okay. We're going to review your quarterly goals, and we're going to follow up with an old client today. Now, business owners, you can audit one business system. How's it working for you? And again, completing one unfinished task that you've been avoiding today is going to be a very, very influential thing. It's almost like even if you don't get it all the way done, you're kind of letting the universe know that you are in sync. You want this thing to happen. So slow motion better than no motion. Just, again, like I said yesterday, don't be running in circles, okay? Now, the particulars, again, we've in this retrograde energy, obviously. So be mindful of, like, just confusion when there's no need, dot your I's and cross your T's. Heavy Cancer energy with the sun right now. And again, us reaching the end of a cycle. We are not quite in my area stationed, but we're getting there because we're at 26 degrees with the Mercury Retrograde. Now, what does all that even mean? Well, let's look down here. You're being given the opportunity to set the tone, start something new, something that could change the culture, change society. You'll see a lot of that today. There is also an emotional shift here, maybe even to, like, organize these new thoughts in this new process, like really put, belt to ass with it, if you will, pardon my French say. But we got the moon squaring Neptune at 0 degrees, just encouraging you to stay out of illusions and delusions. And, with Neptune, it is right now in, let's see, Neptune is in Aries. So, Aries kind of just wants to get it done, whereas you got that moon in Capricorn. It's like you need to plan. So be mindful of that. You could still follow your dreams. You could still do things creatively, but you also need to be wary of the delusion of, just not planning before you get your start. Now, Mars is sextile Jupiter, which again is giving you that get up and go to finally place some value in things that you find. Not going to edit that out either. Mom life. So back to what I was saying. Back to the lecture at hand, guys. So we've also got the Uranus sextile Neptune, Neptune sextile Pluto, and the node squaring Uranus. All of these are at 0 degrees, and we've also got Chiron squaring Jupiter at 0 degrees as well. Now, all in all, I do see, again, there's a shift that is being supported by the ability to kind of get up and go. Just make sure those things are planned out and strategized. You're being given that bravery, that extra little boost of confidence that you need, and you're also being blessed with the ability to kind of put the work in and do something that could bring you a transformation or rebirth in your life. Now, there is possibly a situation or a creative project that you've been exploring, maybe from a previous timeline, and you're having a little bit of a moment kind of translating that into how that fuels the rest of your process. And I'm saying the rest of your process, but shoot, Uranus is more like a cultural team. So I think this is like widespread energy. There's also a lot of review around spirituality and what that means for us. So, be mindful of that energy as well today. Again, that Chiron with that trauma and needing to know how to process that again is showing up in the home, in the family, your core mother wounds, and your foundation. And again, long-term projects. So you will feel that need. It's going to show you exactly where, you need to kind of work on it to get where you're trying to go. If you're ignoring it, it's because you want to. I'll say that. Now, I am going to ring the bell so we can get us a cute little read in today. Now, if you guys are interested in the July, while I do this, y'all. If you guys are interested in the Almanac for this week, I'm actually going to forego the printed version of the Almanac for the week, and I'm going to go ahead and put out the Cush Almanac for July. So that's what we are focused in on. I did do the reading, if y'all want to check that out, for yesterday for the week ahead, but we're just not going to put out a printed copy because July is right around the corner. It don't make no sense for me to do 2 different magazines. And yeah, that's my, if you guys are looking for that, I have really enjoyed creating those for you guys, and I just don't want to split it up this month. So turn your notifications on. If you are a subscriber to my House of Cush Patreon, you guys can check that out monthly. But if you want to buy it separately, you will be able to download that as well by clicking the link in my bio. And this month we're going to feature a printed version that y'all can get sent to y'all house as well. Kind of like more like coffee table. I have some artists on there that I found are so amazing, and I really would love to share that with y'all too. If y'all follow me on, Pinterest, I have a board called Money for Art, and a lot of those artists are there. But I'll have the link or the source for you guys to check out the artists so you guys can support them and purchase from them. But yeah, I love putting it together. But anyway, that was just a random announcement while I got these cards shuffled. I hope you guys are having an amazing rising. You see, it's kind of like, but hey, we are going to forge ahead. Let's open the roads. Thank you, Spirit, for opening the roads for me on behalf of the child. Thank you so much for covering and protecting us as we go on this journey. And thank you for the gift. I don't abuse it. I honor it. I appreciate it. I love it. I respect it. What guidance do you hear for the collective today as we go on our journey? All right, justice. Somebody could be quite passionate about pursuing some justice here. Let me see. Overall, today there seems to be a stagnancy here, maybe a loss of an offer, an opportunity due to the lack of finances. There's a lack of, there's an Empress here who could have dealt with some form of loss of protection, loss of stability. Aries is sitting here though. Now she's coming out in the upright. There are some collaborations here with a Aquarius. And there also could include an Emperor as well, masculine energy. These people could live together, or you could live with these people. I'm seeing a new start here. Yeah, somebody could be forming a new relationship or a new start, and this could be some form of good karma here, but it looks like there's a snake in the grass. Whoever that air sign, Mother of Knives in reverse, she's not sharing some pivotal details here. She's not sharing something that she knows. Spirit says that's the truth. Ace of Knives. I've been telling y'all for a little bit to watch out for that air sign. That air sign, that Aquarius moving funny as hell. I don't know who she is. She could be, if it's a professional setting, she's some higher up. She's a person that makes decisions. Maybe even the face. I just heard a founder, face of the brand, but somebody knows some things and they're not talking. Things are changing. People aren't talking. That's also what I just heard. Tell me about the past. So something happened about 5 years ago that could have you kind of worried about a financial situation changing. There is a high priestess in reverse here, possibly a Taurus feminine that could be a part of this. Now, this level of this person, we was picking up endings and death too. Scorpio energy. There's an ending here when it comes to this. Is this collective or is this someone around collective? This is a new, or was a new. It's the healing that we don't talk about. Healing. There could be someone approaching you to fix a situation, and Spirit is asking you to walk away from this emotionally. Things have shifted, and they'll shift for the better if you are able to walk away. Yeah, there's a need to detach from the outcome, detach from the inner workings, the devil's in the details. This could be a Capricorn family member here. There is something that you just do not recognize or know. I keep thinking it's snake in the grass. This father of knives, this person's air sign masculine, he's going to come out of nowhere. This is going to be something you don't see coming. What's going on presently? Lack of loyalty here, lack of follow through. There is a water sign, feminine, younger maybe, and then maybe mid-20s, early 30s, and there's an older masculine. He could be an earth sign. He is in the reverse. There's also a younger, there's a feminine and a masculine water sign here. Delusional. His head stuck in the clouds. They could be using substances because they lost their job. They've lost the way that they find prosperity. Their goals haven't been panning out. This father figure could be a Cancer, or this is what presently this moon is exposing. Yeah, and this was what somebody's not telling you about a failure or a loss. They're keeping quite a bit under wraps here when it comes to their feelings or emotions. You could recognize this, but and again, children could be involved or mentees could be involved, and there's a little bit of misleading going on in the background due to these energies. Yeah, Spirit's asking you to pay attention to what you invest in and how you invest in these things based on these past experiences. 7 of Coins here. Collectively, we've got in a relationship that could be beyond repair, yet someone is refusing to move on even though things have changed. This is leaving you at somewhat of a crossroads when it comes to making decisions about walking away. I got the 8 of Knives and the Free Man, right? Then there's a system of you taking, the need to walk away, Leo energy. Maybe this is going to take, strength. This is going to take a bit of courage here from what the elevated ancestors are saying. This is going to take a bit of bravery. And you've got someone here who could be refusing to end the thing. Now, why they're refusing to end it is because they seem to be trying to hurry something along. Cancer energy here. They could be trying to hurry something along with the Chariot, and it looks as though maybe there was a bad decision involved in the past. Could be involve a Libra or a Gemini here with the Magician. And this person maybe thought they'd be able to manifest a situation rather quickly, but they're moving so quickly, put them in a bad space. 3 of Wands in reverse. This person, they made a bad decision because they were trying to get some form of offering or money with the Ace of Coins here. Now, this could be someone personal, but it has caused someone to take action. This masculine could have taken action and decided that they were no longer going to be emotionally invested. This is Pisces energy here with the Hangman. Yeah, the way someone moved, this father figure, they're stuck on what someone did. Mentor. There's a Mother of Sticks in reverse, a fire sign that's also, there's an end of that contract. This one could be a lover or a friend. You guys were actually very close. You maybe even helped this person out or gave this person some form of advice. And, now there's a tower here. Now, why that tower, you are being forced to see some things, and maybe someone's consistently negative. There could be quite a bit of trouble ahead. Someone's definitely not getting what they would like out of a situation. Could involve some form of family inheritance or long-term prosperity. This is a Sagittarius feminine who's looking for some form of overall success. They want it and they want it now, but someone is losing out due to lack of stability here. They're into a fight. It's a lot of internal issues going on, and this person is very restless. They've been for the past 4 weeks, so you could expect them to be maybe slightly aggressive or assertive right now, because there's a lot of delays recently that could have slowed them down from being comfortable. Somebody's very focused on being comfortable, and juggling a lot, but in order for you to be comfortable, you got to be responsible. You got to be able to juggle some things, is also what I'm picking up. Now, you're coming out of a situation where you maybe don't have familial support or a close circle, and you're evaluating that circle. But there is a need to be able to balance things out and be responsible, and knowing that when you can no longer invest in these thought processes and these ideas, it's time for you to make some inspired, independent movement. You know what I mean? You got to get that fire up under you. There could be a Leo around you also. They could be taking some form of action here. And this person maybe, what's this Two of Sticks in reverse? Somebody's being delayed. They had a goal. They had some plans. And it looks as though they were trying to cover this up, but there's something that shifted. They could have revealed some information to a father of sticks to hear their plans, and maybe they said they'd share the wealth. There's also a need to put up a bit of protection here when it comes to convening with this individual, making peace with this person. They haven't changed the way they think, the way they do things. I got the Seven of Knives in reverse. And in the Ace of Sticks in reverse, Spirit says this is over. I got the World card, y'all. Tend to your own garden. Now, near future, tell me about that. There's a bit of responsibility here that you've been focused in on. Heavy is the head, but we still got this Virgo and this Taurus here. Someone could, and they came out in reverse. Hermit in reverse, High Priest in reverse. A little bit of debt, a little bit of just having too much responsibility. Yeah, someone could be having a conversation. They just feel burdened, these two people in the near future. And there is a water sign here. A mother figure, mother of baskets in reverse. Someone could be upset, and there's justice here coming through. Now, we picked that up too. So be mindful. Libra season. I want y'all to be mindful of Libra season. Mother figure upset. And if this isn't a mother figure, think of this as the founder energy, the creator energy. And someone's upset because they created something, and it looks like someone's not sharing the responsibility here. So someone is looking for fairness. Someone is looking for justice. Very soon. Let me see what the guides are saying. Baneful magic is at play. Gemini with the Magician in reverse. This person, someone's done some baneful magic recently. They were very reckless with the Page of Wands. 11:01 on the timestamp. This is what you don't see. Two of Swords. Maybe this could have been going on for about 2 weeks. This is maybe you could sense that there was something not right in the air, but you couldn't quite put your hands on it. And I'm here to confirm to you that yes, even if this person is not, lying is just like doing magic for real. So even if you don't want to put it to the extreme, okay, somebody's doing baneful, like actually brouhaha, they still are being manipulative about what they're doing and their actions, which is a form of manipulation, right? And that is in itself, baneful magic. This could be a lover, someone you were quite close to. There's a lover here over the past 7 weeks that has been deceptive in your energy, and maybe you're choosing not to recognize this tower. And this person, the masculine in particular, this energy could be presenting as upset because they are not reaching some financial goal. So they're choosing to take action over the next 3 days and detach. Capricorn energy. Yeah, detach after. Yeah, they're getting out of this. They're trying to figure their way out. Capricorn and Pisces. They're trying to figure their way out of this. Yeah, they don't want to take responsibility when it comes to the finances. There will be a betrayal here. Past Virgo energy here with the Hermit in reverse, and the Moon card in reverse, which is the Cancer. So I do see someone's true emotions are being revealed, and there's a bit of ungrounded energy here. After a period of pursuing a goal, maybe receiving some form of offer, the 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 relationship is out of balance with the Two of Cups in reverse. Yeah, this is a mental battle for you right now. And it's causing a bit of weakness, maybe weakening your courage, Leo here. Weakening your courage, refusing to see the details. Ace of Swords in reverse, but still taking action or making some plans. Maybe this is helping this person because they're assessing your emotions right now. Yeah, they're trying to win at all costs, and this person seems to be responsible, or maybe they could be balancing things out, but being left out in the cold is happening. There's more trouble here. I keep picking at it. Seriously, save. Stop physically fighting and save. We got the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, this is not something that you rush because it will cause physical delays. You need to make a good decision, judgment. Battling. Maybe battling some things and not necessarily broadcasting all of the details. Keeping your plans to yourself with the Four of Swords is Ten of Pentacles energy. It's what's going to help you out in the long run. It's going to give you some form of financial freedom too. Presently, you got someone hiding behind an offer or an empress. This person wants to collaborate with you, but there seems to be some illegal or some unjustified activity going on to get to the bag, to get to their comfort zone. Someone needs some financial help, but they're enduring some bad karma for their reckless moves with a Taurus. Yep, this is a Hierophant. This person is responsible for this, and if someone is in their life, yeah, there's something that's not over with a Sagittarius, and someone's upset because this isn't what they wanted. They actually feel lied to by a Queen of Swords and a Queen of Wands in the reverse about a Queen of Cups. This person could be quite fond of this Queen of Cups, but they walked away from this individual to, get some form of, like, they thought they'd get better. They thought this would be fixed rather quickly, but there's a cycle again. There's that closing out. Closing a cycle without regrets and continuing to move on is what you did. And this is why you're being given another opportunity to, like, either work with people who align with you or just a new job or a new opportunity to build. There's a new home here, a new foundation, Four of Wands. Somebody's ran out of options and opportunities, and there's an end here. So just know, coming forward with an offer to have a family with you, a high priestess. This person could be an emperor in reverse, and they're a false leader. They don't have anything to offer but debt and burdens. Look, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse to the Ten of Wands in reverse. Y'all already know. If you in the tarot, you know this is a burden. This person, he ain't got no money. He ain't got no plans. He gonna live off of you. You gonna be the genie in the bottle. Spiritually, no. There's something you could have missed here recently, or someone could be battling with something. This could be an Aquarius masculine around you. This person is worried about something. They're worried about maybe building a new relationship with you or being able to make peace with you. He could know some information and not be sharing all of the details, and maybe he's wondering how this is going to affect you guys. So be mindful. take it where it resonates. This person is in your professional life, but you guys have built a friendship over time. You guys have built a camaraderie over time. Now, yeah, someone is still definitely in your life, and maybe they think there's a bit of joy there. But this person's a hater, a happiness hater. Yeah, they seek to destroy you. That's why you can't get a rebirth with this. Your spirits definitely have their guards up. Defend here. I got Scorpio energy. Your spirits have the guards up. They need you to believe that the peace you're experiencing right now, the stillness on the surface, here there's an Aquarius who could be trying to throw things off balance. This person's spirits, the spirits could be communicating, letting you know that this person's like ripping off this person's mask. Gemini, you've evolved spiritually, and now you're being more protected than ever because you've been kind to people and you've provided for people. Meanwhile, they try to minimize this about you, but you've been a blessing, So maybe when you weren't as wise, you couldn't see that you couldn't trust Sagittarius here. You were quite fearless and you were in bad company. People's energy was bad, but you're being asked to boost your cunning, okay? Not a secret, just not your business. Yeah, reveal and reverse for that. Yeah, again, somebody's restless around you. You could be, when you are restless, maybe you should be creating, okay? And doing self-care. Create and do self-care when you're restless. This is how you build your inspiration. And this is going to help you with your work. It's going to bring you more power, more knowledge. Now, be mindful of these trickster spirits, these people that are playing, because one monkey don't stop no show. But their intentions are to trap you, okay, into some form of deal or contract, Capricorn. So follow your instincts when it comes to not collaborating with these people, especially whoever this Leo is. This person could be quite brave. They could be being encouraged by their family. They could be a family, or you consider them. Do not be consumed. Yeah, someone can't take. There's a secret here. Take the fact that secretly someone's lost their strength. This could be a strong-minded person. Yeah, they're refusing to adapt. This person could be unconfident right now. They could be sick and losing patience because things are changing. I was picking up on that energy a couple of days ago, too. Maybe something is not able to be fixed, or someone could be sick. So, again, that energy has been quite heavy lately. So, be mindful of that. I have ran the deck, meaning I did all the cards, so that's what I got. I'm not going to reshuffle again. I'm actually going to close the rolls. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to stay in here. Now, I will tell y'all that, again, be mindful of, that karmic Leo energy. Be mindful of that karmic Sagittarius energy. And there could be some details spilling from a Aquarius masculine, also Gemini too. I want y'all to be focused in on that Magician in reverse. Heavy is the head, but at least if you know, you're gonna be able to know what to do. To have your eyes open so often can be a bit of a drag. But in this particular, energy, it's giving you a chance to plan. It's giving you a chance to really see what it is before you make any long-term commitments, before you re-enter into contracts that you really already broken. You know what I'm saying? Spirit's opening your eyes, and they're like, hey, okay, so you've already broken these contracts, and they're saying maybe you could be considering or doing things that could reignite that energy, and they just don't want that for you moving forward. That's how I see that. Now, again, there's a lot of things that you have a lot to do within your personal, endeavors. And, be mindful of people. Select 1111. That's for someone. Confirmation. Be mindful of selective honesty and strategic allyship amongst people who really don't mess with you for real, or don't share your same values or ideas, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, you know, you need to be kind of weary of that moving forward. And that's the energy I'm picking up. You know, new levels, new devils is what I just heard. But, you know, if I could be the advocate, I'd tell you that believe what people show you the first time and protect yourself and stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Okay? You know, it is what it is and it's going to be what it's going to be. Okay. Now, if you guys are interested in the spiritual strategy sessions or business forecast for the month of July, go ahead and book. As slots will be limited in terms of this month, because, you know, we get very detailed, accurate reports, so I don't want to water it down. Now, I'll also be taking retainer clients, so you guys are looking for spiritual services that align with your lifestyle or business, and you want that planned out, and, you know, those things done for you on a weekly basis. You guys also can reach out to me for a consultation and see how we can set you up for that, whether you're a business or whether you are just a singular creative person just looking to better their lives. Okay? But yeah, y'all, this is what I got. I appreciate y'all so much, and thank you for hanging out with me. Don't forget to follow, like, share, and subscribe, guys. Tell a friend to tell a friend. You never know who can help. And if you are a DIYer or you just are into the woo and the occult and how they can elevate and evolve your hustle, go ahead and sign up for my House of Cush Patreon. I got some great stuff up there for y'all. All right, y'all. We'll talk soon. Have a good day. Bye.